Good morning.
Good morning.
You're not working today?
Am I? If you're going to pay me, I'm working.
You kidding me? This is the CBC on the weekend. I get paid in puppies. So how did you come about to be a person searching for 100 jobs? You just couldn't find work or what?
Well, I'm an actor and a model, and so in the summer it generally gets quiet, but last year got particularly quiet, so much so that I was forced to take on work as a cleaning lady in my apartment complex. So I had previously produced a web series called Fashion Ambush, and it didn't really go anywhere. So I was like, why don't I turn this into like a quest? And why don't I work money into the concept and just go for it?
Why 100 jobs? I guess it jumps out at you, right?
Yeah, it works. I mean, I'm familiar with production, and my elevator pitch has to be short and sweet. 100 jobs for a minimum of $100.
And what did you do this week?
This week, oh, wow, it's been super busy. Okay, so last night, actually, I was in the process of writing the first Canadian soap opera with with a mystery co-author who's
part-time thing?
Yeah, temporary thing, right? So yeah, this week, and then in the morning, I was working as a sexy lawyer for a condom public service announcement for.
Really?
Yes.
Did you have to wear a low-cut outfit and stuff?
No. At the end of the day, it was just like a pink shirt, and I'm a lot of eye suggestive movements with my eyes.
I see. And this is sort of telling people to use condoms?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How did you get the PSA job? You just auditioned?
Yeah, I auditioned. They put up a posting on Craigslist looking for women between 25 and 35 to either play the woman who is, because the whole concept is that a couple is trying to make out on a bed.
Right.
And I'm, asking them questions.
And a lawyer shows up.
And a lawyer shows up, yes, to get them to sign a contract to ensure that they're both free of STDs. So...
It's work.
Yeah, it's work and it's fun.
Does it pay you a lot?
That one paid $225.75.
That's not bad.
It isn't bad.
Yeah. What about the cheesecake delivery one?
Yeah, that was one of my most touching jobs, actually. This man named Jason had advertised on Craigslist that he was looking for someone to deliver a mango cheesecake from Calories, Montreal, from Montreal to Toronto for $50. So what I've also done during the course of my projects is that I could talk people up to a minimum of $100. So,
right.
So I pitched it to him. I said, hey, I'll do this for $100, but I'll also film it. Are you game? I won't do it for any less because I have no reason to go to Toronto. And he was so taken aback by my project and so positive as a human being. Like any guy who would ship a cheesecake that far, is obviously someone who's very caring. He said, I'll pay for your train ticket. I'll pay you $150, and you can.
And who was the cheesecake for? An intended love, or?
I thought so, but no. It's his very dear female friend. And it was one of her, I think it was her 25th birthday, so he really wanted to do something special for her.
That's kind of cute. So did you cry for her when you arrived?
No, but the video at the end is really touching because you see how moved that Jason is. And that really, those kind of moments are what make my project really rewarding.
What about the office prank story?
Oh, the office prank.
This isn't the bankers this time.
No, it's not the bankers.
This is a true office prank.
Yeah, what happened was I was hired by this man named Lorne from a company that does they track the marketing budgets of large grocery chains. So it's a software that does that. So he manages a bunch of different companies, and he said, hey, I always do something that's memorable. He's a really cool, energetic guy, as most CEOs are. That's what I found, at least. Mm-hmm. And he said, why don't you come in and you're going to act crazy, and I need you to do it for 5 hours, and the climax of the day is you're going to argue with me about the implementation of a new software system. And then
we had you sit in on a meeting.
Yes,
you were a plant, in other words.
I was a plant in the meeting, and I was a plant in the teleconference to Toronto. So the people in Toronto didn't know either.
So
I argued with him. I actually read a book about Scrum. So I actually did quite a large amount of preparation for this. Scrum is like sort of a way that you do project management in software. So I was part of a Scrum meeting, and I was kind of weird and pretended not to follow along and swore, at inopportune times. And then... I argued against their implementation of a license, or rather, I argued for license-based as opposed to this other software payment system. So it was really I was really being inappropriate for my first day at work to dare argue with him about a very expensive decision that they just made about SaaS. It's called SaaS, software as a service.
Well, it sounds pretty good for the idea of the prank too. You were pretty sassy.
I was sassy. I even brought champagne to the meeting.
It was a morning meeting?
It was an afternoon meeting. I was toasting my own employment. I thought it was pretty obnoxious. If you want to see the video, it's on my YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/spell it out, 100 jobs, not the number, you'll see it. It says office prank, April Fool's prank, something like that.
Are all of these, how many jobs have you gone through so far?
I've completed out of the 60 that I've booked, I've probably completed 54. So some of them are pending.
Are you putting them all up on YouTube?
A lot of them are on YouTube. Some of them don't want me to film. Like yesterday, obviously on set for The Sexy Lawyer, they didn't want me to film.
So finally, your best job, your dream job, one that you would take as a permanent job.
That's one that I've just announced, which is I'm producing a pilot for a new startup called GameRaise.com, which turns game players into fundraisers for charity. So I love producing any filmed web content. So I'm doing a pilot to promote this new website. And we're going downtown Montreal. We're going to have bands and people are going to get on stage spontaneously. We're going to ambush them and get them on stage and they're going to perform for charity spontaneously.
So you got 40 more jobs to go, at least. Would you continue just doing it this way? I mean, or you...
For the rest of my life,
yeah. Well, I mean, for a while. Make it a career, so to speak, for a while. You could turn it into a reality show.
Well, the next installment, what I want to do is 100 jobs around the world. So if anybody wants to sponsor that, I'd be more than happy to do it or to shoot it. CBC.
You see, you've got the best combination. You look like an adorable, harmless Canadian girl, but you are fearless. You'll get in there and politely say, I want this job. We've only got a few seconds left, but I want to hear about meeting this Wikipedia guy.
Yeah, well, I met Jimmy Wales when I was at Webcom because someone from Divine.ca, Maya, she brought me there. And Jimmy, I was going down the stairs with Maya and this man kept taking photos of us. And I said, who are you? Joe Francis. And for those who do not know who Joe Francis is, he's the guy from Girls Gone Wild who asks young women to show them their
boobs.
Their tatas.
Yeah.
But clearly not a boob. In front of me was Jimmy Wales. And he said, how are you? I said, fine. I said, I heard you spoke today, but I have no idea who you are. And he said, well, have you ever heard of Wikipedia? I said, yeah. He's like, I made it. So I said, cool. And so people kept trying to bug him and swarm him. So he's like, come talk to me. So I kept talking to him. And he said, you know what? You're really cool. Would you want to go to dinner with me? And so I said, sure. And he offered me...
Did you think it was just maybe kind of a date? Or do you think it was a job offer?
I can't speak for Jimmy, so I won't speak for Jimmy. But no, I thought it was a job.
Don't get cagey on me at this point, Aimee.
I'm having an affair with Jimmy Wales.
No, I'm going to check it out on Wikipedia anyway.
I'm not having an affair with Jimmy. Oh, gosh, he's going to laugh about this.
Start your own article about Aimee Davison and Jimmy.
So I had no expectations. I did not pitch him 100 jobs. I would have considered that inappropriate. And he found me on Facebook, added me, and said, you know what, you got to do something for my new project, Wikia. So I am going to write a wiki entry for Wikia, which anybody can join. It's like
what is Wikia? It's
like a social network meets Wikipedia. So I'm going to be doing one about the London 2012 Olympics. So I will be promoting that.
Oh, that's exciting.
As of very soon from now, like a week.
See, this has been great. Actually, all kidding aside, this has all been great networking, hasn't it? I mean, you did it as a stunt to get attention to go to this, didn't you?
Well, I didn't just do it as a stunt. I think I wanted to prove that I'm a good case study for a concept I've come up with called Ucommerce, which is basically the self-promotion of your talent, skills, and abilities via the broadcasting platforms that are available for free online. So I wanted to show that any actor or model who comes up with a concept can make their career better just by doing something about it and creating something that's compelling. Like if you are an actor who can play piano and you're beautiful, start recording yourself every week playing piano and put it out there on YouTube. And eventually you get a following, which will get you jobs. So it wasn't just a stunt. I mean, I had an end goal in sight, and I believe Ucommerce is kind of the future.
Has it been more fun than you thought it would be?
Yeah, there's been moments.
It's been great fun.
Yeah, there have been moments that have been challenging. I'm not going to say that this was all a barrel of monkeys. I mean, I blog every single day. I have been working at least 6 days a week since this began on September the 12th, 2009. So this is not for the faint of heart, and I don't know if everybody could do this. And not everybody could trust that there will always be another job, that there are more job fishes in the sea. I trust that, and I believe in that. But not everybody could kind of handle that, I don't think.
What happened after dinner with the Wikipedia guy?
I went home. Oh, okay. No, he added me.
Thanks for coming in, Aimee.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it might have been cute. It might have been a date. All these guys are young, too.
It was not a date.
Oh, okay.
It was not a date.
Was it a nice dinner?
It was a nice dinner. It was at Holder, though the tartare was a little bit chewy.
Let's hire her. Thank you very much.
Thank you
become
very much.
a columnist. Nice to meet you.